While there have been some progress on democratic practices in the country, there is still room for improvement. On International Day of Democracy, Professor Zaharom Nain from University Nottingham, Malaysia, calls for less political interference and amendments of laws that hinder democracy.
There needs to be less political interference in democratic institutions and practices, less interference in the media, less interference in education, less interference in religion, even by the state or by the government of the day. There is this wrongful assumption that the government knows best, and that things can't get better if the media, if education, if religion are in the hands of the people. I think we have to look at a whole long history of religion, education, and also media, not only in this country but other countries as well, to see that more often than not, governments are there to create problems rather than to provide any solutions for the media. And I think recent events as regards the media, the dismissal of one particular editor-in-chief and replacing that, I think you and I know where they are. These are just not on for a democratic society.
He also highlighted the many legal instruments that act as barriers to Malaysian democracy.
Presses and Publications Act, the Communications and Multimedia Act, that has been used time and again to silence citizens. The Peaceful Assembly Act is another one. It's a bit ironic to call it a Peaceful Assembly Act. So I think all these laws, and then of course the Official Secrets Act, all of these are hindrances. They are barriers to democracy and democratic participation. And I think there is a need to be aware of this. And I think to be aware of this, the state, the government, or whoever you want to call them, need to be aware of what democratic participation and what democracy is all about. Many people seem to think that democracy is the ability to go there and vote once every 5 years. That's not all. It's not about the ballot box. It's about daily affairs that we are involved in, the daily practices that we indulge in. And I think that greater awareness of what democracy and democratic participation need to be there.
Commenting further on the state of our federal government for the past few years, Zaharom believed that while the current political situation creates instability, it may not be all that bad.
Personally, I think political parties at the present moment are unstable, right? And perhaps this is a good thing. I mean, the major political party, UMNO, for example, seems to be having problems within the party itself. So when you have that, I think that's it can be a good thing for the people, because then, some side will decide to work with others, and, this instability within political parties will eventually, I feel, lead to a number of coalitions being set up rather than one dominant party or one dominant coalition. Given our history of dominant parties, perhaps it's better that there is no one party that dominates overall. So it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody says that this unstable and all the instability many of us see is due to for this period of time an incompetent government or two incompetent governments that have been there. So that could be one reading of it. And it has been made more stable by the fact that an MOU was drawn up led by the opposition that said, hey, let's stop with the politicking, and let's get down to working for the people.